Alright guys, welcome back to another video. This is how to make a yard and catfish rig. So first, what you're going to want to do is you're going to get a swivel and you're going to tie probably about 3 feet of line on there. Ooh, it's on my head. There we go. You're going to want some more line that you're going to tie the other side of that swivel onto. It does not matter how you tie that swivel together. It is perfectly fine however you tie it on, as long as it is super tight. Some people do use this for carp too. A lot of people do use it for carp, mainly, but it's probably one of my first times making this rig, but I am already actually very good at it, and it's actually pretty easy to do. The way that I tie mine on is very hard and difficult. So you don't do it perfectly right, will get messed up and we will have to redo it all over again. But if you have already finished this, just skip forward probably only 10 seconds. And yeah, I will be done. Alright, make sure that your line does not move at all. So now you should have your own swivel, 2 sides of line connected. And you should probably have 5 feet of line tied onto their swivel there. You're just gonna want to grab your bobber. Humongous bobber. I know some of you guys are probably saying this bobber is too big, but it is actually perfect for what type of fishing we will be doing. But before you put your bobber on, grab your beads. Open up your beads. Go in there and grab 3 beads. And once you have your 3 beads, you are going to grab the end of your line, put your beads inside your line, push that all the way up to your swivel, do that with all 3. And make sure you have 3 beads. Any amount will work, but the least amount that you will want is 3 beads. So now once you have your 3 beads on there, you're going to grab your bobber. You're going to stick the tip of the line. Feed all of that line until you see it pop out on the other side. Grab your bobber, feed tied that down to your 3 beads. So far, it should look like this. Alright, now that your bobber looks like that, you're going to grab 3 more beads. Stick your 3 beads all the way down there. And what these beads do is it stops your stuff from bumping into each other and coming off when you go out to cast. So if you are a kid and your parents are asking you, what do you need beads for? That's what you need them.
You mowing still?
No.
Did you mow?
Yeah, I'm on the phone. I'm making a YouTube video.
Oh, shit, why not?
And now you have that, you're gonna grab your 3/0 swivel. Go away!
I'm hugging you.
Stop.
I'm hugging you.
I'm making a YouTube video. Oh my god, you're annoying. And your middle swivel on there.
Can I be in your YouTube video?
I don't care. I mean, you already are because you're being a butthole. Drop your swivel down to your hook and you tie it on from there.
What up?
Shut up.
Damn, Donna.
You're so annoying. It's not funny. I'm trying to make a YouTube video.
I'm gonna subscribe to you.
No,
Can
I'm not. I don't care.
You don't want followers?
I don't care if you do or not, but leave me alone. People are annoying. Alright, so now that you have your swivel on there, you're just going to tie it on right to that point. Uh-oh, dropped it. You want that swivel to be super tight on those beads, or else your rig will probably, it still will work, it'll just be a lot harder to cast. Making this rig is super difficult, but once you get the hang of it, it will eventually become easier. So yeah, then you just tie that middle part of your swivel on to your beads. You do want that to be fairly tight onto your beads and your slip bobber. Comment down below if you guys have siblings that are very annoying too. The tying on part is a lot harder than it looks. Remember, you guys have to have probably, if you want to make it perfect, you might want to leave a centimeter on there if you're like that worried about if you cast it out and it won't work, you'll be fine. But so you finish tying that on there. Now that you have finished tying your swivel on there, cut your line, but keep your line. You're going to need that line. So if you guys have followed the directions perfectly, your setup should look something like this. So, as of right now. Alright, now you have your line that is not tied onto anything right now. You are going to want to grab your hooks. 1 second. Come down here. That's not good. I didn't buy the hooks. Great. But you're going to want to tie your hook on there. You guys can skip forward. Probably about 10 seconds or so. I'm going as fast as I can. Should be this tackle box. Grab your hook. It can be any type of hook. Octopus hooks work the best. If you don't have any octopus hooks, that is perfectly fine. Grab your hook. Move your pole out of the way, like I did. And grab your swivel. Tie on. Just tie a little knot onto there. If you guys continue doing the directions perfectly, you should probably tie the same knot on. The polymer knot works very well for this. So does the uni knot. I'm using my own knot. I will be making a video on how to do that. I call it the Metcalf knot. And now you have a little bit of extra line. You're just going to snip that line from the top, from the extra part of the swivel line. You still want your long line. Now you're going to tie your hook. But if you're going for gar, you should probably tie a leader on there. So yeah, I just do want to make that clear. If you're going for gar, use a leader. Gar fishing, you always need to use a leader. I am using a 100-pound leader, which is pretty exaggeration, but it's fine. Mine is a foot long. You want a little bit of line in between through your hook. Probably about 7 to 8 inches. Or just a little bit of extra line. And in between it, you are going to keep tying the leader on, or depending on which type of fish you're going for, you should still probably put a leader on just in case. Make sure you still have your long line. Keep tying that stuff on. Once you have finally finished tying on your leader, your line. You still have your long line. If you do not still have your long line, redo this step. Go through, or if you have extra line, try doing that. All right. Now what you're gonna do is you're gonna put your hook on here at the end. Okay, at the end. From now, you're just gonna tie your line onto your third swivel. I know these videos are very low quality, but I don't have a GoPro. I just use my phone. Just keep tying her. Alright, now snip that little tiny piece of line from coming off your swivel. Still have a little bit of line. You're not going to need that line. You might need that line. Maybe. And now that you have this, you can tie another hook on if you want. It doesn't really matter. With this, you would probably just want to tie another leader on and just put another hook on. But yeah, from there, I guess you're basically just done. We kind of did a pompano rig, freshwater version. But yeah, those beads will help, I promise. It will be very difficult if you do not have all of these. And for my bait of choice, I use baby shad. You can get that at your local Walmart or tackle shop. I got all my stuff at Cabela's. Not sponsored, I wish. But yeah, once you finish that, pretty much done. That's all you gotta do. I would put a bell on your pole too, to tell when you have a fish on. And yeah, from that on, pretty much that's all you really got to do. And as always, good luck, and hopefully you guys can go out there and go catch a gar or a catfish. See ya.